Did you know that most people are just not very good at knowing how to get customers and putting marketing around getting customers? They don't know the strategies and tactics to do it. In this video, I'm going to show you a snippet from one of my latest keynotes that I did for a company that wasn't actually business owners, but business development people. So their job was to go and get customers for their business. And I wanted to show them how to do it faster, easier, and for less money than they ever thought possible. And all the ideas come from my book, Getting Customers. I'm now going to show you this keynote. I'd love to know what you think in the comments below. So when you're watching it, comment below. Let me know what you think. And if you're new here, make sure you hit subscribe to the channel because we bring out stuff like this all the time to help grow your business. Let's go.
So I'll do it all, guys. You just sit there. It's fun. No, take time. I'll be all right. No, don't get up. Don't get up. I'll do it. Before we go any further, we understand the basic businesses before we market to go and get customers, because, you know, especially in your type of roles, everyone needs to be what I call a mini marketeer of their business rather than an operator of their business. So if you're a business development salesperson, you've got to be in your mind's eye thinking, how can you be a marketeer of your business in unison to the operating part of the business that you do? And then for business owners, they should be just marketeers of their businesses and bringing people in to run the operations. So if a customer value is £1, well, you're not thinking they're not actually a 5-star client. But if they transact with you 50 times a day, 365 days a year, whoa! So actually the average customer value is quite low, but the transactional value is huge. So you're starting to be my friend now. And then the second one is the average lifetime value. So this is if they, you know, like I've been a Regency customer for over 10 years, as Alex said, so my lifetime value is high. I actually transact through Regency possibly every single day, and my average customer value, well, we spend over £1 million a year with brakes alone. So on all three, we score high. Now, in most, this is a really, I was thinking about this, and I put this up for your business. This is rare. Incredibly rare. Let's think about another product. Let's think about a car. So the average transactional value is maybe once every 3 years, every 4 years. The customer value is high. The lifetime value, you know, people might go to, you know, you buy a BMW, then you might want a Ford, then you go on to Peugeot, you know, whatever. So you might not keep them on the lifetime value cycle. But the transaction's really low, but the value's high. It's like a wedding venue. I think it's the worst ever model for a business. Actually, customer value is quite high. The transactional value is up. Well, if you've had a really good time, but if you get divorced, please come back to us and we can do it all again. And the lifetime value should only be once, and you know, and that's not great for a business model. So, you know, I learned this in my entertainment business. We used to do corporate entertainment. We used to go around all around the country, set up all these fun days for companies. And then that was it. We do a really good job for them, and they didn't need us again for another year. And it just blew my mind. That's why I love day nursery. So average customer value is high. Transactional value is 3 or 4 times a week. Lifetime value is 4 to 5 years. Great business. So when I'm looking for clients now, as my career's progressed and I thought about these things, I want all 3 of these. Because if you have all 3 of these, marketing becomes really cheap. If you don't have all 3 of these, marketing becomes very expensive and it gets questioned. So when you're looking, you guys are in a fantastic position where you can hit all 3. And you know, if you really think about most companies, they don't have that. They really don't have that. They have 1 or 2 of the 3. Whereas another company like Apple, for example, they'll sell you a £1,100 iPhone that's cost them £150 to make. They've got this huge whack of margin in there. That's when you go to their stores, there's like bloody staff everywhere, like ants on an ice cream, and they just give you this amazing customer service. But it's because of that chunky margin. Now, most businesses, you know, you're talking about Disney, Louis Vuitton, Apple, private banks. You know, you go to a private bank via a high street bank. In a high street bank, you're lucky if even if they're open now, or you'll see someone, and you'll never see the same person twice. You know, and this is where these, you know, these margin-based businesses have such great customer service. Because they can afford to do it, because they've got the margin. Now, you guys, I don't think have the margin of Apple. I'm guessing that. You don't have the margin of Disney, so you're about scale. And that's the 2 choices, really. It's the experience business or the compete on price business. This is the, guys, once you understand this, it feels so much good about it. And when you can think, God, you know, maybe that you've got a customer that's only doing 500 quid a year for you just on ice creams, You know, but the lifetime value of that customer could then turn into, I don't know, a £50,000 customer very quickly if you build a relationship with them because you have all three. Great news. It's great bloody news. And basically, this is all you need to do. You need to be remembering this line. You need to be famous to a few. I mean, if I was doing your job, LinkedIn, you know, I'd be sleeping with LinkedIn, basically. I'd be having an affair with LinkedIn if it was a person, because the power that it has for this type of business is huge. The organic reach is still massive compared to all the other platforms, and that organic reach won't be there like it was early days Facebook. Do you remember when 2009, those of you who've done some internet marketing stuff, you put a post on Facebook in 2009, the whole world would see it. Now you want to put a post on Facebook and you want the whole world to see it, you have to give Zuckerberg some dollars. But LinkedIn at the moment is still really organically rich, so you can put stuff on there and you've got a high chance of more people seeing it for free. But what politicians do, not just Boris, all of them, whether you're red or blue, whatever your political persuasion is, especially Donald Trump, very good at this as well, is they direct response market. That's what politicians do to get your votes. They still go knocking on doors. They still post leaflets through the doors. They go on radio shows. They write articles for newspapers. They are still doing loads of the old-fashioned stuff, like literally knocking on the door. If you listen to any politician, they still say that is the best way to get a vote. For them, a vote is a customer. But because now, you know, they still send letters through the door, because less and less people are doing that, it becomes more and more powerful. How often are people now in 2020 knocking on doors and picking up the phone? They still sit in call centres like that, you know, waiting to be prime ministers, shadow cabinets, big politicians are ringing people up and asking them for their vote. And less and less and less businesses are doing that stuff. And it works. I mean, I think about Teddy Tastic. We built that business up to £1 million revenue. For 18 months, we didn't have a website. No printed collateral. It was me getting on the blower, saying, hey, can I come and see it? Can I send some stuff in the post to you? No website, no printed collateral. We've done a few exhibitions as well, but the reason I like exhibitions is because that's like knocking on someone's door. Hello, hello, hello. People don't do enough of that stuff. So there's a lot to be learned from politicians. Boris, Jeremy Corbyn, both of them very good at that stuff. There we go, I have to put that in so people know that this is not political, both sides there. Who would like to be my volunteer as I get someone to come and help me? I'll just choose someone, so let's have a little look around. Who are we gonna choose? Oh yes, oh yes. Nah, let's have a look. Look at you trying not to make eye contact with me. All right, so I'm going to choose this lady here that's come as a deck chair. So if you can just come over here for me. Oh, yes. Oh, brilliant. Oh, come on. What's your name, my love? Keely. 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 Can I call you Keely?
You can.
What about 8 o'clock tonight? Oh, brilliant. Okay, so now what we're going to do, Keely, is we're going to understand our most for our ideal customers. The best way to do this is by drawing a tree. So you've got to draw a tree over there. Okay, Keely, you've done the job. Thank you very much. You can take a seat now. Thank you. Oh, don't worry, Keely. I get nervous sometimes. Okay, so, Keely, honestly, this is so going to redraw it if you don't mind. I can't work with this. But thank you for your efforts. Let's use a company, a well-known company, begins with G and ends in Oogle. Has anyone heard of those little fellas? So the Google methodology of getting business is basically most of their customers give them no money. Disney allow you to, if you can watch all of their content for pennies or for free on TV. And what this does is these guys are your most customers. They are also your hardest work. You know, you think about Google, most of their resources goes into search, making sure that that algorithm works best. They've got billions of people using it. They have to invest into loads of servers, and Disney have to make loads of films, like billions into making films. They're buying Star Wars, they buy Marvel, they're investing billions into most customers. What that allows them to do is, in the case of Google, be able to pick some fruits, their ideal customers. And their ideal customers are people that pay to advertise on their platform. They're the people that buy their phones. They're the people that pay to advertise on YouTube. You Google on YouTube for those guys that don't know that. It allows them to do this stuff. Disney, it allows them to rip you off and pay $3 or $4 for an ice cream when you go to their theme park, but only because they've got you as a most customer. Even buy theme tickets, buy toys and stuff like that, go on cruise lines, stay in their hotels. But what I noticed loads of companies do, and this is what I really hope you guys never do, and that's why it's worth saying, is basically you can pick all your fruits and shove them in the freezer and you can live for a couple of years, maybe a year and a half off of your fruits. Because what loads of businesses do is they cut down the tree because it's hard work. This is really hard work. I look at all of our businesses like Marsh Farm, looking after all the people that pay £10, £12, £15 to come in, allows us to fill our day nurseries, our ideal customers that pay £1,000, £1,500 a month, because the tree allows us to have the fruits. So you'll have some annoying customers, but you don't know if they're going to push you onto your ideal customer. You're going to have some customers that might just buy one thing off of you at the moment that is your most customers, but you don't really make any money from them, but 2 years, 3 years down the line, could they turn into a fruit? And every time we have done something, we had our entertainment company, now God, it was bloody hard work to run. But we got all our ideal customers from it, but we just stopped running it. Now we're all right because we moved on and it was the right thing to do. But really that was our original tree that allowed us to pick our ideal customers. And I cut that tree down because it was hard work. So you've got to make sure you're keeping your trees planted to get your fruits. Next thing, when you come to your message, is your deadly headline. We went out for dinner with Alex over Christmas, and I was talking about Alex's LinkedIn, and he's got, managing director, what else? No one cares. No one actually cares unless they know you. Unless they know you. That's the crucial difference. If they know you, they care. If it's your mum, your mates, or clients that already transact with you, they care what you are called. So I said to Alex, I said, on my LinkedIn, if I was doing what you were doing, I would have my headline on LinkedIn as Alex Dimitri helping business owners save money. Oh, really? Because that's a pain point for me. That is a pain point for me. That's a deadly headline. Who's really good at it? The Sun. There's a reason they're the biggest still, most paid for newspaper. And the Daily Mail, that these guys, do better than the Financial Times and the Telegraph and the Times, which I prefer to read. But their headlines, when you're going into BP, you can't help it. The Sun, you're like this, aren't you? As you go in, oh, yes. Oh, really? Yeah. Not that I'm going to buy it, but their headline still grabs me in. And usually, the Sun, I've read loads of stuff about the headlines the Sun do. Any more than 5 words, they lose you. So they're working really hard to keep everything within 5 words. If you look on my YouTube channel, Chuds and I, when we make a video, we sit and we discuss, sometimes up for 20 minutes, both of us, and sometimes 3 of us get involved. What's going to be the headline of the video? What we're going to do, the little pictures you have on YouTube that's called a thumbnail. Like, we really discuss that to make sure that we grab people's attention. If you say, sales development manager for Regency Purchasing, what does that mean if I don't know you? How much better is saving business owners lots of money? Oh, really? You've got my attention. That's a much better headline. A better headline would be than that. It would be, save businesses £10 million this year. What? It's like a bit of intrigue, isn't it? So many businesses are so good, but really difficult at getting over to people in real simplest terms what they do. What you've got to work out is how can you solve pain all the time. That's what great marketeers do. It's like, what pain are we solving the business? What pain are we solving the business?